Greenwich, Connecticut, is a town known for its manicured lawns and wealthy residents. In the fall of 1975, this picturesque suburb seemed like the epitome of safety and tranquility. However, the serene facade of this affluent community was shattered on October 31st, when the body of 15-year-old Martha Moxley was discovered near her home. What should have been a peaceful Halloween night turned into the beginning of a mystery that would haunt the town for decades. Martha spent the evening of October 30th at a neighborhood gathering, enjoying the company of friends and the thrill of mischief night. Her final moments were spent at the Skokel residence, a few doors down from her own home. Michael and Thomas Skokel, both members of the prominent Kennedy clan, were among the last people to see her alive. As the clock ticked past curfew, Martha never made it back home, setting the stage for a nightmare that no one saw coming. The morning of Halloween, Dorothy Moxley reported her daughter missing. The search led to a horrifying discovery. Martha's lifeless body was found under a tree on her family's property, brutally beaten to death with a golf club. The murder weapon, a 6-iron, was traced back to the Skokel household, linking the crime to one of the most influential families in America. The tranquil suburb of Greenwich was plunged into a whirlwind of fear and suspicion. The Greenwich police launched an intensive investigation, interviewing friends, neighbors, and anyone who might have seen Martha on that fateful night. The Skokel brothers, Michael and Thomas, emerged as prime suspects due to their proximity to the crime and the connection to the murder weapon. However, the Skokels' powerful family connections cast a long shadow over the investigation, complicating efforts to uncover the truth. Despite the intensive investigation, leads began to dry up. The case seemed mired in confusion and controversy, with conflicting testimonies and alibis creating a tangled web of uncertainty. The affluent community was not accustomed to such violence, and the pressure on law enforcement was immense. Detectives faced the dual challenge of solving a brutal crime while navigating the social and political complexities of the Skokel family's influence. The Skokel family's connection to the Kennedys added a layer of intrigue and pressure to the case. Rumors swirled, and the media's attention turned to the possible involvement of one of America's most famous families. The public was captivated by the idea that a member of the Kennedy clan could be involved in such a heinous act. The Kennedy name, synonymous with both glamour and tragedy, only intensified the scrutiny and speculation. As years passed, the investigation into Martha's murder stalled. Despite numerous suspects and theories, no arrests were made. The case grew cold, leaving the Moxley family in a state of perpetual grief and the community in a state of unease. The murder of Martha Moxley became one of the most infamous unsolved cases in American history, a dark stain on the pristine image of Greenwich. In the 1990s, the case was reopened, fueled by advances in forensic technology and renewed public interest. A private investigator hired by the Moxley family uncovered new evidence, and a book by former LAPD detective Mark Foreman brought national attention back to the case. Foreman's investigation pointed directly at Michael Skokel, who was now an adult, far removed from the teenage boy he had been in 1975. Michael Skokel's alibi began to unravel under the scrutiny of new investigations. Witnesses came forward with testimonies suggesting Michael had confessed to the crime. He was described as a troubled youth with a volatile temper, making him a more plausible suspect than ever before. The case against him seemed to grow stronger, and the community braced for long-awaited justice. In 2000, Michael Skokel was arrested and charged with Martha Moxley's murder. The arrest sent shockwaves through Greenwich and beyond. The trial was set to be a high-profile affair, with the media descending upon the quiet suburb once more. For the Moxley family, the arrest was a bittersweet moment, a step toward justice, but also a painful reminder of their loss. The trial of Michael Skokel was a media spectacle, with every detail scrutinized and broadcast to a captivated public. Prosecution and defense battled fiercely, presenting evidence and witnesses to support their respective narratives. The prosecution painted a picture of a jealous, rage-filled teen who lashed out in a fit of anger. The defense countered with claims of an unfair trial and unreliable witnesses, trying to sow doubt in the minds of the jurors. After weeks of testimony and deliberation, the jury reached a verdict. In June 2002, Michael Skokel was found guilty of the murder of Martha Moxley. The courtroom erupted in a mixture of relief and disbelief. For the Moxley family, it was a long-awaited moment of justice, but for the Skokels, it was a devastating blow. Michael was sentenced to 20 years to life in prison. But the story was far from over. Michael Skokel's conviction sparked a series of appeals and legal battles. His defense team argued that he had not received a fair trial and that new evidence warranted a retrial. The appeals process dragged on for years, keeping the case in the public eye and maintaining the cloud of uncertainty over the Moxley and Skokel family. Each legal twist and turn added another layer of intrigue to an already complex case. In 2013, a judge ruled that Michael Skokel had indeed been denied a fair trial and ordered a new one. Skokel was released on bail, a free man after more than a decade behind bars. The ruling reignited public debate and speculation. The opinions sharply divided on Skokel's guilt. The case seemed to slip further into the realm of the unresolved, a legal and moral quagmire that defied simple answers. As of today, the murder of Martha Moxley remains a topic of fascination and debate. The case has spawned books, documentaries, and endless speculation. For some, Michael Skokel's conviction and subsequent release are proof of a flawed justice system. For others, it is a testament to the enduring power of wealth and influence. The truth of what happened on that fateful night in 1975 may never be fully known, but the story of Martha Moxley continues to captivate and haunt all who delve into its dark and tangled depth.